Hey, it played. All right. It's going to be a good show. Hello, boys, and a bro fist to you all. For once again, we have arrived at that sweet, sweet Friday. Welcome, all of you wonderful people. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Andy, put pants on.
No!
He refuses, man. I've been trying since all before the show to get my man just to put some goddamn pants on. He won't.
You fucking wow! Leave me alone!
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to move the bulwark. Wait. Let me drink in the salt. Wait. And... I'm going to leave it like that. Andy.
Nice.
I'm going to leave it like that. What? Oh, all right. Sorry. I'll move it.
Cook.
Fixed it. I fixed it. To be fair, I didn't notice because the green screen obviously gets tucked behind there. But there you go. Oh, hang on. There we go. You're all good. You never thought when I put those things on the goddamn wall that they'd be such a pain in the ass. But still, can't do much about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a tremendous week. Thank you for tuning in with us on Friday or on the YouTube. Hello, YouTube world. You guys are awesome. We've had a great week. We cried. We also chopped each other's heads off while flying. While flying on magic carpets.
We did, mate.
We did. We flowed some magic carpets and we did a load of viewer raid stuff. 3 night holds with viewers this week, which was extraordinary. 4, in fact. You did an Alliance one. Am I right, player?
What are you talking about, player?
Did you raid the Alliance night hold this week?
Got through most of it before the server cut off.
Oh,
mate.
the server crashed, didn't it? Yeah. It did. And next week, me and Andy are going to be flying a starship in VR in this room. We're going to be doing, hopefully, a dual stream of Star Trek Bridge Crew, which should be hilarious. Hopefully. So that should be a lot of fun. We got coming up next week as well. And also, it's Emma's stream tonight. Ladies' night tonight, as it has now been dubbed. It's Ladies' night on the channel. So you guys can go check out Emma and all the girls doing, I don't know. Well, there's a lot of lads. The lads come too. But if you're looking to pick up hot single femmes, that's where you go. Full cosplay, please. Andy really wants to cosplay the Trek. Just the top half. But that's not why you're here today, you wonderful people. I'm just going to type the title of this in. I think you're going to have a good time with it. Okay. Yeah, we happy with the title? We're good? Yeah, everybody happy with that? Everyone understands where we're starting.
Why coconut got a capital C?
Because the beta.
Fucking hell. Fair enough.
Okay, all right. I need 3 names who are going to be checking my list of the glorious team Patreon. Yeah, so we found out today, if you're wondering why it says that you should not type in me and GIFs. I'm going to have to do something about that because it is the top results that my kids might do at some point. Stain, you're in. Sorry, Nikolai. Don't worry, you'll be back around at some point and we'll fix it. I promise you, Nikolai. And Tim. Ouch. All right, here we go. You ready, squad? Let's do this. Hello, Breacher, and a hello to that sexual wank pheasant known as Ghosty.
What's up, boy?
A sexual wank pheasant. I write to you today with a little tale of how I accidentally cooked. Accidentally, he says. My friend in an online video game. This all started back during this December when I decided after some serious shit happened in my life, mate, and Legion not being quite what I wanted, it was time to finally hang up my cape and wave goodbye to Azeroth. It was with a heavy heart I said goodbye to my guild and I uninstalled a game. F for our fallen comrade. Another one falls. I spent about a month looking for a job. I like the idea that you gave up WoW to get a job. Like, it's time to get a job, better give up WoW. You're supposed to have both. Think about it. I spent about a month looking for a job, and after finally finding the job, I realized I was really bored when not working. So I decided to find another online game. I went, ladies and gentlemen, to Final Fantasy XIV. This would give me back my crippling MMO addiction. Thank God. I was lost without that MMO addiction. I thought the fresh game to sink my time into would help with my fresh outlook on life. I wanted a new way of thinking going into 2017. So I made a Lalafell. Now, I saved this until now because I don't know what that is. Does Andy know what Lalafell is? Good God. It's exactly what I thought it would be. I'm not even surprised. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all the Lalafell.
Oh, cute, man.
Oh, yeah. With that little noddy nose. Yeah, and their little toes. And look at their wee little toes here, Andy. Look at that. And they got the flowers and the thing. Isn't that fantastic?
Oh no, Final Fantasy 14.
Isn't that fantastic? They got a wee little curly toes going on there.
Never made one though, mate.
Gay! And I hopped into the game looking to become sick at Summoner Deeps. Gonna fucking wreck you, mate. Me and some buds made our own free company, that's Guild Homes, and got our own little house in the game. Oh, we got our own little house for our little company, eh? Over the course of my leveling, though, friends, I learned me a couple of things. I learned me 3 things, in fact. Everybody on my server played a Final Fantasy XIV cat girl. Sometimes a dragon girl. If you weren't a cat girl, though, you were considered to be a memer. So I did prepare the cat girl for you. Are you ready for cat girl? Here we go. And if you don't play the cat girl, y'all, in fact, are memers. Memers. You must play the cat girl. Yeah? It's all about a pussy. I didn't Google Dragon Girl, though. Let me see if we can get that. Final Fantasy 14 Dragon Girl. Are they equal? Oh, fucking furries. Dragon Girl kind of comes up with cat girls. Oh, no, there we go. I think this is probably it. I think they're called Aura. A-U apostrophe Ra. Yeah, I think it's this one. I'm guessing. I haven't played it. But there you go. You can also be the Dragon Girl. If you wish. You don't have to be. You can be the Dragon Girl or the Cat Girl. But if you're not playing one of those, y'all are in fact memers. Right? Y'all are in fact memers. So don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Dragons or cats. Take your pick. The second thing I learned. Our server had a little bit of an ERP community. This was mostly comprised of cat girls. Yeah, unsurprisingly. And the next thing I learned, it was my friend Astain, was heavy into that ERP. Now, with that all laid out, now we're all setting, we set the picture, right? We're playing Final Fantasy XIV. There's people fucking with cat girls, dragon girls, so on and so forth. With all that laid out, one night, me and our FC, free company. Me and my guild were just sitting around in one of the cities in the game, talking to one another, when random people decided to walk up and try and join into our conversation. So, being the social bastards we are, we enjoyed the company of new people poking us every night. One night, we met a cat girl. Her name was Nikolai. Who, to be really blunt, was a bit of a slut, this cat girl. She wanted the D really bad. I decided to have my tiny, incy-wincy little character with his wee little feet sit on her lap, because I thought it would be funny. However, I could tell the entire time Astain was whispering them, wanting to get with that. I poked fun at him about it, and he actually got annoyed. But honestly, I didn't really care. Over the next few weeks, I bumped into Nikolai more often, both sitting around the city, just in random places. So being the blue-balling fuck I am, I decided to just throw really over-the-top, deep conversation topics at Nikolai one night, hoping that Nikolai would leave me the fuck alone. Didn't want to step on Stain's shoes, right? Instead, though, instead of getting someone who I thought was really, mainly interested in-game ERP walking away from me, I got someone who was actually really fucking cool. And spent from 1 till 6 in the morning just talking to them about deep life topics. It was the shit. Over the next few weeks, I got to know Nikolai better and better, to the point where we became close friends. I was there to cheer them on when they got a new boyfriend, and to lend advice for, and to talk to them about other IRL stuff happening at the time. It was actually talking to them about their relationship that I realised, I think I might have a crush on Nikolai. I also found out that this gorgeous cat girl IRL was a dude. But that didn't matter. Because I sling dick both ways. Fucking love that. Hey, it's alright. It's alright. No, you see? You wanted to abort. Our man doesn't give a shit. He don't give a fuck, man. It could be a pussy or a butthole. It's in danger. And I'm coming at you, right? I'm Knight Rider, man. I'm fucking, what's that guy? Automan. Chuck Wagner. Yeah? I'm coming at you. I'm Chuck fucking Wagner. And I'm all over this. I'm all over it. So there's a side story going on between all of this. You see, other people in my guild noticed that I started chatting and being buddy-buddy with them a lot. So being the ballbusters they were, they started to referring to my friend, Nikolai, as my girlfriend. Remember, Nikolai was playing a cat girl, and not many people knew that Nikolai was thick downstairs, right? These jokes continued for weeks until one day, Tim walked in to Estain's house, where he found the sight of both Estain and Nikolai and a third cat girl in an ERP situation in a bathtub. At this time, the secret was out. Estain ERP'd with them a lot. And the jokes went from my girlfriend jokes to Estain cooked my waifu's jokes. Needless to say, I was laughing my ass off to the bank while Estain was furious about all this, trying to deny that anything was going on in that bathtub, mate. Anybody could have been in that bathtub with them 3 fucking cat girls, 2 cat girls, whatever, mate. Somebody had whiskers and a pussy. So, I decided to forget about my crush, however. I cared more about being a bro that was there to help the relationship. However, not without telling Tim. Mainly because he knew about Nikolai the most of everyone else in the guild. Just so I can get it off my chest, you know? I had to tell someone. 2 days later, though. One morning, I got informed with the news. They had broke up. I spent up until 6 a.m. talking to them, making sure they felt okay about it. And were not upset at all. After they passed out and I went to lay down for a nap. And then I promptly remembered. I do really want to bang Nikolai. I messaged Tim. He helped calm me down and really was the motivator for me going in deep on this. Pun intended, I'm sure. I decided to have Estain on Discord and start talking with... Nikolai on Discord and start talking with them more. We quickly caught on talking to each other literally every second we could. We could constantly message each other, mostly just taking turns asking random questions. And then one night, we had that really deep conversation, even for us. And at that point, I knew I cared more about them than just a little crush. So I figured, I'm going to get me that D. This is where I remembered there was just one thing I had to handle first. You see, we all knew that Estain was still ERPing with Nikolai. From what we could tell, It was a lot. Like, constantly. I wasn't weirded out by it. It's just a bunch of dudes typing and stroking dick. I knew that Estain had some ERP drama before, so I decided to message him and let him know what's up. Estain, just making sure, mate, that if I get with, you know, Nikolai and that, you can't be ERPing with my boyfriend no more, right? You can't be ERPing with my boyfriend no more, because that's gonna be, you know, Nikolai's gonna become my boyfriend. So, you can't do that no more, right? Estain though, has got fucking science on his side. Estain pointed out that if Nikolai's a guy and our man's going to date him, then that doesn't count. And he doesn't have to stop doing ERP because the person that he was ERPing with was a girl. And he actually said the line, if the pussy puts out, man. And that was it. That's the fucking full stop. It's like, hey. You're fucking a dude, right? I'm ERPing with a chick. They might be the same guy, girl, but pussy's pussy. It's not the same thing, dude. It's not the same thing. I don't care who's behind the keyboard. I don't care. I'm not interested. That's not what I'm stroking my dick to. I like this cat girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude's got a point. Dude's got a point. Here he's on board. I see where he's coming from, you know? I don't care who's typing. It's the words that I like, right? I was furious. What kind of friend would say that? What kind of friend would say that he was okay to have text sex with somebody else's boyfriend? I decided I had to threaten him. I told him that if I did catch him, that there would not be a friendship anymore. I ain't about that life, and I hold loyalty to an extremely high regard. So a few nights later, I decided to call Nikolai on Discord and drop the fact that I like them on the mic. Nikolai decided pretty much to admit that he feels the same. And after a long night, we decided to say, fuck it, let's give this a go. And fuck it. However, first things first. I told Nikolai to stop doing the digital monster mash with random dudes online. Nikolai agreed. And he spent the next day telling all of his ERP contacts that he was no longer available. At around 5 p.m. that day, he finally told Estain about this. Estain simply said, okay, well, I needed to go to bed anyway, and stopped responding. 10 minutes later, I got a message from Estain. Simply saying, thanks for being another person who cooks me. At this point, our author would like to remind you, the audience, I told him that this was going to happen. You see, Estain is known for being someone who likes to deny this stuff and sweep it under the rug. So he probably kept it hidden that he actually had a crush. Either that, or he really, really cared too much about my man Nikolai's edict skills. I didn't care. I was happy and so was Nikolai. We've spent the past few weeks enjoying each other, and Estain has still yet to talk to Nikolai. Talks to me pretending like nothing ever happens. Maybe one day I'll bother him about it. Maybe there'll be a part 2, because we do have a cliffhanger, folks. You see, Final Fantasy allows 2 people to have their characters marry one another. You can invite a lot of people to the wedding, and I invited all my friends to the wedding, including Estain. You got married in game after a few weeks. Bro, you're rushing though, man. You're rushing. You instantly got married? Like, Jesus. That's fast. Even virtual marriage, just a few weeks. You got tattoos? Do you have tattoos? Can you get tattoos? Can you get tattoos? That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. I figured Estain would be more mad if I didn't invite him to the wedding. However, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you all ready? However, the day of the invitation, he asked if we had already made the rings or bought them. You have to acquire wedding rings as part of a quest line. Right? Fucking gated again, man. Thanks, Blizz. I told him, yeah, we already purchased each other's ring. Why do you ask? He never responded. I think he may have wanted to craft the wedding rings for both of us. Aww, that's kind of nice, isn't it? Or maybe he was hoping on stopping us before we actually went through with it. Either way, our wedding is planned for the start of June. So let's see what happens. I hope you guys join my short tale of me accidentally cooking one of my best friends online. And I hope you all have a rad Friday. Well, we will. Estain isn't though, mate, because your boyfriend Nikolai is a wizard. A literary wizard. And can get anyone off in mere seconds. Skills. Don't let go. Don't let go. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Kappa Pride forever. Oh man, imagine having you've got like, I mean, I like the idea that there's like a network of ERPers. Is that how it works? Some of you have ERP'd. I know you have. I know you have. Is there like a network? Like you can always call up like, I don't know, Taylor on a Tuesday. You know Taylor's going to be around and she's always down for some filthy shit or whatever. You know what I mean? that must be how it goes down. Yeah. If there are, how do I join? How do I join? I just want to see what it's like. What's the meme? All right. Raiders are going to love this. How many of you have a meme section on Discord? How many have a meme section? We do. Are you ever worried that one day those memes might kill the guild? Rip the memes? Yes, mate. Yes, mate. The guild memes are the best. Now, this is going to be really difficult for me to tell. So, okay, I need Andrew. Are we typing? We are. Andrew. I need a girl. You will be Wets. Makes sense to me. LTM. Ooh, how am I going to say that? I'm going to go with Litum, but it's you, LTM. Jimmy. Vassal. And Elvis Merrick. Elvis will do nicely. Memes can't hurt a guild. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, then. We need... This is by request of the author, okay? We need... 2-year anniversary, Jaffers. We need a guild name. And it's got to be a one-word Super Edgelord meme name. Super Edgelord. Andy, you want to throw something in the bucket there?
What's it, mate?
I need a guild name that's one word Super Edgelord.
One word Super Edgelord?
Darkstorm.
The Heart of the Abyss.
Yeah, there's a problem with that being one word though, isn't there? There's like 4 there, dude.
You can put it as one word. Or we could put... Death.
Alright. I'm going with death.
3 E's.
3 E's. So we're going with that. Alright, let me write it down so I don't forget. There's the guild name. Evanescence. No, the guild's death. Death. Alright then. Oh, preacher and your beautiful, wondrous audience, and a big old hello to the man sat to your right. Be that Piggle, he's to my left. Or Andy.
Bonsoir! That's French, mate.
I greet you from the leafy Birmingham, UK, where it's been sunny, apparently, on the other side of the smog, although we've had no confirmation. It's sunny today. Smog cloud, apparently. Birmingham's not that bad. We go down to Birmingham quite regularly. We've been there 4 or 5 times in the last couple of years. Yeah, it's not that smoggy. It's not that bad. You've just got that wonderful road that goes over the entire city for some reason. Like, why don't we build it above the city? That won't be irritating at all. That's really cool. I've been watching your channel for many years now. I love the drama and always vowed to write my stories to you, but never found the time. So here is the major drama story from my time in WoW, which I finally sat down and wrote. Keep shining, you crazy diamond. You, beautiful man. This is a cautionary tale. This is for you. This is for all you guys so you don't end up cooked. This is a cautionary tale of how your WoW experience can be negative. And it can negatively affect if you join a Semi-social, always hardcore, super serious, mega raiding, accidental couples guild. Are we clear? Are we all posting an application tonight? Good. Good. That's what we're doing. I joined WoW at the tail end of vanilla as an 18-year-old raging with the hormones. On a happy note, I was trying to sort out my addiction issues, now fully sorted. And was looking for something to distract me when a friend said in brummy voice, "Alright there, pal. You into video games? You ever tried World of Warcraft?" I had not braced myself for my new addiction, when I am still playing here 12 years later. Thank you to that top-notch super best friend who I assume lives outside, wherever that is. One thing I remember is I loved the war effort. Farming mats, giving them over to the War Council in Ironforge in a way that would sicken my gold-hoarding self of today. I loved this game. It consumed my life for a time, and I achieved my goal. Are you ready for that goal? I achieved my goal of being in the server first of downing a boss. It was Hexlord Malakras in Zulaman. And I got the Hood of Hexing. It looks like a Venus flytrap. And I thought at the time looked badass. It was at this point that we opened the door behind him and wiped to the surge of trash that unexpectedly ran through it while we were still sorting loot. The laughs and Leroy comparisons made about that raider that opened the door, as well as the sense of achievement, as the real achievements didn't come until the next expansion. It's some of the happiest memories I have of WoW. I remember thinking that I would never get bored of this game. Cataclysm then, and I was bored of the game. I had tunes on both Alliance and the Horde, but I was maining a Horde. When I opened the game the day after Deathwing had thrown a wobbly, so British, he's thrown a bit of a wobbler here as Deathwing, I saw the mess he'd made of Orgrimmar, and I was heartbroken. And when I saw the rest of the map, I thought, no, too far, and I quit the game. Now, I'm not saying there aren't some good reasons to quit the game, but really, splitting the Barons in two? Blizzard, it's too much. I can't play a game like this. I can't play a game where there's a Northern and a Southern Barons. It makes no goddamn sense. Looking back on it, I admit I probably went a bit too far to quit the game because of that. But not only that, I also sold my account, with all its history and all its memories, to a Chinese website. I made about 150 quid and figured that I would probably make back some of the subscription fees that I paid for that time. Never going to regret that decision. Never going to regret that decision. You know, there are people... Listen, think about this, everybody. There are people here who don't know that there didn't used to be a Northern and Southern Barons. Or that the Thousand Needles wasn't full of water. Just think of that. Think about that for a minute. There are people who don't know that. It's always been that way for them. Crazy. You know, next year I can make a Legacy of WoW video and include that in it. People will be like, top 5 facts you didn't know about WoW. Yeah? Look at that. Money. It's cash. It's cash right there. Write that down, Andy. I've had a thought. The top 5 things you didn't know about WoW, but we'll only do it after, like, pre-Cataclysm stuff. So there was a Barons, not a Northern and a Southern Barons. Ah. People will be like...
That's clickbait, you fuck, mate. We need to get in there before.
It's cash, that.
That is cash.
We're raking in that sweet YouTube money. With a new expansion coming, best video. Can't wait to watch it. It's going to be sick. With a new expansion coming, did you know there didn't used to be Demon Hunters? I know, right? I know. With a new expansion coming, the itch that we've all felt crept back in. I guarantee that a fair few of your chat have unsubbed and had the same thing happen. I came back right at the end of Kata, just weeks before Mists of Pandaria. I looked and found that my guild from the Horde side was RIP. And I couldn't find half my former raid mates in the armory. So I looked at the Alliance side, and I found that a guild I had been loosely associated with was still up and running. I made a character. I logged in. Sent a request. I was in business. So we've all been there. I remember that guy. He was a trial in my guild once. So pretty much I'm guaranteed a spot, right? A lot of the guild that I knew was different, but the GM was the same. And I recognised one or two names, including Andrew, the raid leader. There were some new officers since last time I had been in the guild. There was Vishal, Elvis. Oh no, Vishal, Jimmy, and Elvis. They all seemed friendly, and we got on just fine. It turned out that this guild was the oldest guild on the server, forming a few weeks after the launch of the game by the same guild master. This guild was going nowhere. Rock solid. The place I wanted to be. The guild was older than some of the people in the guild. Whoa. Red flag number 1 spotted. There are guilds now older than the people playing in them. That's an eye-opener, isn't it? Well, that really makes you think. Shit. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary when you think about it. That is real crazy. There was a proper community. Guild me. I feel so old. I think we might need to quit. Wow. Woo. Every year there's more and more. There was a community. Guild meetups had occurred, and this really was a group of friends, or so I assumed. Weeks and months went past, and I was unashamedly loving Mists of Pandaria. I was max level, geared, raiding. Due to being outgoing and social, I had made good friends in Andrew, as well as a girl called Wets, as we had joined at the same time, and we were constantly dead in raids, meaning that we got to chatting. Really bad. Really bad, but at least while we're dead, we can have a chit-chat. We formed a tight group, but I was also friendly with many in the guild, including Vishal, Elvis, and Jimmy, as well as 2 other officers and the GM. I was loving life, loving the game, and loving the guild. I thought that we would be happy forever. We were not happy forever. After raiding for a few weeks, it became clear that Andrew had some anger issues. When we would wipe, he would scream down vent at us. These explosions became so commonplace that everyone just thought it was part of raiding. This is very normal. He would start raging before we pulled the boss, anticipating our failure. I know you're going to fuck this up, you fucking pricks. You shit. We haven't even pulled yet, but I know you're going to fuck it up. It's so obvious. Look at you, you shitters. You're all shit. You're all shit. Just keep saying it over again. Just totally triggered. Can we start the fight? He would rage during pulls, shouting at those who were making mistakes. And wouldn't you know it, after a wipe, we received a dressing down too. Outside of the raid environment, though, Andrew was totally fine. He did have one issue, though, which I'm sure many here can relate with, especially if you're watching me. He was a little on the not funny when he thought he was, and would often cause dead silences. Hits a little too close to home. This was emphasized by the contrast with me. He was normally upbeat, fairly quick-witted, meaning I looked funnier by contrast compared to numbnuts. See, you guys all think I'm ugly, right? You look at those gifs, yeah? And you see me pretending to suck dick and whatnot and doing all this when it's tranquility. But you put me next to some real fucking smojo, right? I look alright, don't I? Look alright. That's what we all do. Looking good. Sharp. Sharp dressed man. When he wasn't around, Jimmy would lead the raids. Jimmy is the literal opposite of Andrew. He's chilled. Enjoys fun in the raids. But on pull, brought us down to business. Yeah? Gets a little serious when we pull the boss. And we would progress well for a group who were raiding casually. Andrew didn't like Jimmy. Maybe it was the comparisons, you know, different personalities or whatever. Maybe he was threatened by progress and thought his RL, raid leader position, would be removed. Either way, the threat was there. At the same time, Wets was becoming quite close with Andrew. It started out with little things here and there, but one evening we heard her in the background of Andrew's vent. Wets had gone to meet him and can confirm. Smash. A couple of weeks later, it was announced Wets was going to become an officer. Red flag number 2. 3, if you include the rage. Around the same time as this, Jimmy announced that he was married to his girlfriend, who it turned out was Vishal, one of the other officers. The other officers I've not mentioned were a top 95 to 99% hunter. Yeah. And a bottom 1. I've never seen anyone get a 1% 1 to 5% paladin. And my big gay bear friend, Elvis, who was also a druid and loved the metaphor. I'm your big gay bear friend. That's right, call me Elvis, yeah? Call me Elvis. I'm a big gay cuddly bear. Hugs up. Cap of pride. Bad news though, as it turned out that the hunter and the pally were also dating. For those doing the maths, that means that our guild was run by a group of 8 people that included 3 couples. 3 couples in officer positions. I had accidentally walked into a complete couples guild. Not only that, but a dysfunctional couples guild. As the GM was often busy with work, the other officers ran elements of the guild, and he gave a casting vote when the need arose. Our guild even had a motto. We are... Jesus Christ. The motto of the guild. We are a laid-back, mature guild with casual raiders who raid 3 nights a week. And an addition that we made while making little progress and gaining tinnitus from being shouted at. That's it. It's the motto of the guild. A laid-back, mature guild with casual raiding 3 nights a week. Yeah? No. No red flags. What? You all got to start somewhere. Don't come in here with your elitist talks. Why are you being so elitist? Bellends. This is gonna fucking... Nah, I've bamboozled you. This is the first drama story that has a really happy ending. You ready? We were shit at this game. We wiped our way through TOT normal and Siege of Orgrimmar normal. All the while being told continuously about how terrible we were. Siege... We cleared Siege of Orgrimmar normal. Are you ready? Hey, elitists. Prepare to get called out. 4 months. 4 months on 10-man mode. And 8 of you are officers. You 10-man raiding with 8 officers. 3 couples. 4 months normal Siege of Orgrimmar. And this was about as many raiders who could stand the abuse. But now it was different. No, don't judge. But now it is different. Now we had cleared normal. Now we're going into heroic. We did kill a Mercius heroic. It would take a further 6 months to do it. Leave! What the fuck? How? How? 6 months? Immersius heroic? Now, preacher, I say this as you pull your head out of your hands. I hear you in your chat saying, what the fuck? Let me check. Correct. How could this possibly happen? Yep, Zarathos did say, how the actual fuck did that happen? Yeah, you're 100%, you bang on. Well, my friends, this is because of a simple guild rule. A simple guild rule. Our guild, because of its casual and friendly nature, is not allowed to have any pugging of any kind, as pugging shows disloyalty to the guild. No pugging of 5-mans, no pugging of older raid content, no pugging of other content the guild does not do. There shall be no pugging of any kind unless you want to be a disloyal pig. Have any of you done a random heroic in your life? You disloyal fucking mud flicking pigs. Huh? Have you? Have you joined LFR? Have you? Hey? Have you? Where's your fucking standards? You come here with your smug attitudes, pugging. What about the guild? Hey? Did you ask your guild mates? If they didn't reply, you should wait. You know they need to do it. Fucking dirty, dirty bastard. You dirty wow. This is why the community is so toxic. This is what it is. It's you guys here doing your random heroics. Fucking makes me sick. Makes me fucking sick. Many had argued this over the years. The logical arguments of gearing up through pugs, helping out the guild through an increase in, healing, DPS, and let's not forget gear score. All of these arguments were met with the same response. A G kick if you don't like our rules, right? Oh, you don't want to play by the guild's rules? That's fine. You can do what you want. If you want to pug, you go ahead and pug. But you're not doing it in this guild, right? Because loyalty. Yeah? Tight-knit. Teamwork. When I asked Andrew about this, he replied with the same message. It says in brackets here, I've got to read it intensely. I asked him, why are you kicking these people? They were troublemakers, disloyal to the guild. It was also not helped by Wets scaring away any girls that joined the guild, bar two, one who was her friend and the other who was here before she was, which of course was Vashal, the officer, although she did despise her. I, meanwhile, had got the fire for raiding back. My plan was to research, ask around, watch your videos, tip of the fedora to you, sir. Andy, fedora.
What's up, mate?
We got a fedora to hand.
Have I got a fedora to hand? Mate!
Not that to hand, then.
I have to move, I was comfy! Well done, James Bond.
I was trying to do the one finger.
Do you want me to do it again?
Nope. That's all I need it for. And suddenly this shitter was the guild's top DPS. Or at least always in the top 3. Which admittedly wasn't as hard as I thought between 10 people and 2 tanks, 3 healers. But I am the top DPS. I am the top DPS. Looking back, my numbers weren't great either, but I was better than them. And that's what matters. Enter the memes. Little did I know there were rumblings afoot in the officer channel. The couples had fallen out. WOD hit. We wiped through the early bosses. As we were still the same group of undergeared bad average players, it became clear that a few players were consistently at the bottom of the tables. Vashal was one. Elvis was another. The pally officer was now a terrible healer, and I was also in the mix. The issue wasn't even that we were all bad players. We just didn't respond well to the abusive raid leading methods. For Vashal, it stressed her out so much, not just because of the shouting, but that she was singled out as being a bad player week in, week out. I was told by Andrew, the raid leader, and Wets, that officer meetings, which, by the way, let's not skip over this, were held around a table in someone's garrison. This apparently was to ensure that people weren't doing other activities and not concentrating on the meeting. Are you doing fucking Apexis during an officer meeting? Are you fucking high? Are you fucking high? Because that ain't happening. Get here, garrison. Those meetings were getting very argumentative, with the abuse continuing towards Elvis and Vashal in there. Vashal was developing poor mental health outside of WoW, and at the point in a meeting where she had told Wets to go fuck herself, after repeated references to her being crazy, Andrew made a comment about her mental health problems, and that was enough. Jimmy and Vishal left the guild. The post on the forums explaining, though not explicitly, why they were leaving started an internal flame war. Raiders turning on each other. And Andrew's contribution to quell the fire was this. Get Ghosty to read if possible. Can I borrow you, Andy?
What's up, mate?
There's a request for you to read this, and you need to use an angry voice. Have you got your pants on?
Just a minute.
It's highlighted for you. Not the zipper. That's a bouffant you got today.
Got thanks. What's got
Angry voice. We need an intense and angry voice. And that bit. And the girl's name is Death.
What's the guild's name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Let's go.
Alright. Some good points from all the above, but you missed one underlying issue, mate. Fun. Yeah? It's a major part of any environment. And it's death's hidden secret. Dicks! Weren't even here.
I like that fun's the hidden secret. Did you know your guild had a hidden secret? And that it's fun. And that it's fun. Did you know the guild had a hidden secret?
Sounds like Stark. Ah!
This was followed a few posts later by everyone calm the fuck down. Have I got your attention? Good. The next person that posts anything, even remotely harsh or blaming, I'm gonna kick. Think I won't? Don't test my patience. Don't have the authority? Watch me. My previous post about fun has clearly been fucking ignored. And I'm not gonna log in on this evening to an atmosphere and being whispered about who said what and when. I don't give a fuck. Either have fun or fuck off. Now. Is everybody having fun now? Right? Don't ask me about it because we're having fun. Good raid leadership. Good guild. I loved the last line. The irony of being so angry telling people that they were supposed to have fun made me laugh in my chair. Then I made the mistake of posting this. Now I'm going to have to be really careful with this because the rest of the story takes place through the medium of memes.
Ah, nice.
Oh, I'm going to... Hold on. Whoop. I'll go over here. Yeah. Our man decided to post this. After the rage from the GM. I like the idea that that's how it went down. This was not received well, as you might imagine. And as the war went on, someone who thought that we all needed to listen to Andrew posted this. So the guild just rebelled in the form of memes. We need to sort out this raid wiping business. I vote for tolerance and understanding. Yes, let's support each other. Or we could just stop standing in bombs. And that man was thrown out of a window. Very sad. Very sad. Saddened at this continued war, I posted this to our GM. I like it when the guild gives up and just rebels. And they all started fighting. Remember, Andrew's not the GM. The GM is someone else. Andrew argued that people such as me and Elvis could not focus during the boss fight. And Andrew, started using the memes as well, trying to join in the fun. And he posted this one. The DPS means shit when you're on the floor and slapping somebody. Really funny. Good stuff. It says, I do notice these things, Andrew, because this is the reality. Sees Andrew has died again, doesn't mention it, and rebuffs him. Yeah? Just a nice little combat. A good guy, Greg, comes in strong. Which I think Andrew took personally, because Andrew came back at me with this. Getting touchy though, right? Because you're a bad player. You're a bad player. So now, it started to get silly. So I decided to let everybody know by giving it a good guy Archer, right? This thread is in the danger zone. I then decided, probably by mistakes, to post a Sean Bean, yeah, a One Does Not Simply meme about Wets, right? Because Wets is off limits, because she's obviously, she's involved. She's involved. It's got that name in it, so I can't, it's got her real name in the meme, so I can't show that one. After the GM linked this and called it an epic thread, Andrew started declaring that our GM was terrible, and then took the memes to the GM. Yeah, he took the memes to the GM. I am your GM. Now stop down to stupid shit. I'll have to resort to making a post about how shit you are. Oh, yeah, it got serious. It took it to the GM. We laughed this off, and I came back with a very mature response, which was, I'm Andrew, fuck shit wank cocks fuck. We know where this ends, right? It's only going to get worse. Once the meme wars have started, there's no way it's going to end. Andrew was getting more and more angry that all the memes seemed to be pointed to him. He then decided that it was time to turn on the guild as a whole. With his reply, death! Best achievement for boss wipes. Oh, that burns! Oh, it stinks. Six months on Immersius. Heroic mind. 6 months. Oh, the burns. The fucking burns. The burns are real. At this point, though, I have to be honest with you, Preacher and audience. I just wanted the thread to be over because we could all see where this was going. So I just posted a full-on, don't worry, death. Captain Hindsight is here to tell you that this thread was a terrible idea. Right? Okay, we all good? Good. Now everybody's still having fun, correct? Remember, the guild's secret is to have fun. Andrew would not stop. Andrew was in. He posted about the officer meetings and how the officer meetings have become a joke. Remember, the garrison table, where nothing got done, but they spent hours laughing at the raid team and talking shit about them. I have to add... where he came in strong with a, of course we talk about guild concerns. We were trying to talk, but now the only way this thread continued, this is like literally in between each of the memes, is through the art of memes. We could no longer talk properly. So I tried hard with a guys, seriously, I'm trying to fix the guild's issues. Yeah? This is the only way we're going to talk. This is the only way. We're trying to fix this. We're trying to fix this. It raised quite a few giggles, right? People had a bit of a laugh. Not Andrew, though. No laughs from Andrew. He started telling players individually to leave. And that if we don't like guild politics, then we had no place being in the guild. Yeah? If you can't handle some guild politics. He left this, tagging a few players like Jimmy and Elvis, and of course Vishal, and myself in there. Cold. What do you mean you want to leave the guild? But I don't like the politics. Yeah. It's a crying Tobey Maguire. It's a crying Tobey Maguire. That's cold, man. No, it's not funny. It's fucking cold. It's cold as ice. I had had enough of how bad this guy was taking the leaving of two people who had left because of him and his girlfriend. So I just made 2 more posts to finish up our thread. One was, please, Jesus, fix this. And of course, the classic Gordon Ramsay. It's enough now. It's 12:30 in the fucking morning. And some of us have jobs to get to. That's the full stop on the whole thing. Hopefully now this guild situation, drama if you will come to an end. It did not. Andrew left his final comment, obviously diplomatically, with a fight back Gordon Ramsay. Too many notifications? Does it look like I give a shit? That's right. The dankness rose. Andrew was going to have the last word. Oh, yes, he was. Andrew was not going to let the meme war die. I was leading a pretty hectic life over the next few months. I was becoming increasingly distant to my Andrew and Wets after the great meme war, and realizing for myself that they were a pair of dicks. In the weeks that followed, with no Vishal and Jimmy to bully, the juddering morons turned their attentions to Elvis. They bullied him about all kinds of stuff, though by all accounts never mentioned his homosexuality. They kept it to his gameplay. But it kept up until he G-quit too. For the next few months we were told on a daily, if not higher basis by the power couple that Jimmy, Vishal and Elvis were traitors. That if you really think about it, they were weird and disloyal. Anyone who sought them out would be kicked from the guild. When it was pointed out that they had actually all joined a new guild together and they seemed to be progressing well, it was met with outrage. We would hear in response, yes, but that guild is insane. I'm convinced that some of them are maniacs, from Andrew. And so we obeyed blindly. We continued the lack of boss kills, the shouting, the yelling they did, but without me in the raids. For me, life was actually going well. I had a new girlfriend, now fiance, getting married in 2 months. Oh, what up? And I've been promoted at work. This promotion came with random late night shifts, meaning I couldn't always get to raids. The guild was struggling to get members, so when I did turn up, I got a spot. This irked Andrew, because of course it did. The man was a walking hemorrhoid at this point. After a while, the only raiding I could do was on a night that our guild didn't run. At this moment, an unexpected whisper. It was Elvis and Jimmy. They wanted me to come raid with them. They actually said that they missed me and that their casual raiding and their guild did not have a rule about allowing pugs. I was mind blown. My only raid guild ever had not allowed pugs. How could they progress with puggers? It's fine, they said. Literally everyone does it. You've been in a bubble. I decided then and there I would pug with them, but I would come clean. Rather than leaving, which I absolutely should have, I kicked the hornet's nest by making a forum post in which I explained the situation. I will read this post for you. So my life has shifted around a bit recently. I find myself busy in the evenings and at a loose end in the day. I'm not leaving the guild in this post. However, not to bullshit you, I do find that Monday nights I'm normally too busy and was looking for if there were runs that went on that night when Jimmy and Elvis popped into the conversation. They've offered me a casual raiding with them, and I fancy, in the age of transparency and honesty, I'm going to do that in all likelihood. My hope is if I gear up a little, I can help our guild out more on the occasions when I am around on a raid night in death. This is, of course, if you still want me after the last little caveat. We're stuck at the moment. I think that it's starting to become obvious and struggling to clear content. With the lockouts the way they are at the moment, we could learn tactics better by pugging with others. Then on raid nights, any officer that hasn't pugged that week can be raid leader, and those who have had can join. Clear content for the benefits of others. Use bonus rolls for loot if they want. Think on it. Something needs to change for us to move ahead. Five minutes later, Andrew replies. Honesty is the best policy. But... ... maybe if people didn't take a backseat approach and actually could commit instead of swanning in and out like they do. Excuse me. We wouldn't be at the stage we are now. And pugging, really, that's the answer for our non-progression. Thanks, Arthur. Thanks a lot. For anyone else who thinks that pugging with other people is going to help us, the revolving door is to your left. After this, I decided that the revolving door of raiders who had left was indeed on my left. And so I took it and G-quit on all my characters. Goodbye. This time on my last forum post, I said exactly why I was leaving. The nonsense stance in pugging, the bullying, the terrible way in which they were being treated. I laid it all out there. I told the rest of the guild they could all add me. I honestly couldn't say a bad word against any of the others. They're all victims of the treatment we received. There were only 2 replies of note. The first, of course, was a meme from Andrew, who was clearly setting the groundwork for calling me insane and a traitor. The meme war started again. And the other from Wets, who declared, "This always seems to happen. We have a few naff raids, then the posts start appearing about real life. When we all know the raids suck, and they can't be bothered to stick around and help change things. Call me harsh, whatever, it's true. How are things ever supposed to change and improve when half the raid team disappears? So what I'm asking of you is to help us out. Try and make as many raids as you can. When half a dozen show up, progress is just not going to happen. Do it with a smile and a laugh. Stop causing drama, and I will try to do the same. And please, for the love of God, I don't want to see any more posts of you guys getting on with real life. Thanks." So I moved to the other guild and found out that surprisingly, guilds were very different. We made progress for a few expansions and patches until recent drama, which I may send into, sent the whole thing into crazy mode. I'm currently an officer in a new guild, hoping to not make the mistakes I witnessed in death. Jimmy and Vashal are all officers, with me, and Elvis is doing as well as 2. As for Andrew and Wets, they apparently broke up, though details are patchy as he stopped raiding, so WoW players everywhere are all safe. Thanks for taking the time to read my little story. I hope it was as bizarre for you listening as it was for me writing. Take care, and much love to all of you. Good God, the meme wars! The meme wars are so real. Thank you for that wonderful story, because that was pretty fucking fantastic. That was pretty good. But tomorrow, of course, tomorrow is where it gets a little bit real, because tomorrow, it's the web show, baby. Oh, yeah. It's the web show tomorrow, 27 hours from right now. Me and Handsome will be up on here, and we're going to be talking about some stuff. Yeah, it involves sweaty, greasy neckbeards, so we've got it there. Way! So if you're not joining us for the weekend, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Do something cool with your weekend. It's your time off, man. Go and do something. If you're going to be doing that something at your PC, getting on with some WoW stuff, if you've been working all week and chilling, Emma's going to be here in about 3 hours with Ladies' Night, and tomorrow is Web Show Night. So we have all that coming up. I might be around on Sunday, maybe not. We'll see. Patreons, you have a video coming tonight. I'm going to try and film it in the next 2 hours. I've had a few goes at it and bugging it up a couple of times. But you have a new show that we're filming on Wednesday that we're going to be talking to you about. All right, so look out for that later tonight. Sometime, probably around when Emma starts streaming. I should have it all done and dusted. All right, see you later, everybody. Have a good weekend. Love you all. Bye-bye.